Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So this week has been quite interesting with the interest rate increase and the NFP session. There's been a whole lot of saga going on in the marketplace. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving a trade breakdown on all that's happened, how we engaged the markets, um, how I was looking at it based on the perspective. And I'm going to be explaining a whole lot of things in this video, and I'm also going to be sharing my trade ideas for next week and what I'm actually expecting to unfold in the marketplace going forward. So if you're conversant with this channel, you understand that of recent I've actually posted a video about the market sell trap, where I was actually talking about bearish dollar. You understand how dollar is going to go down further. You understand, while I was actually anticipating that will move in the marketplace, because I got a lot of report about a lot of people crazy about this whole NFP drive to the downside, and how it wasn't as expected as this because of the interest rate increase, which is up to 4% on the dollar, which saw dollar rise up to this particular area in price. So a lot of people were not expecting this whole push to the downside because of the increase in interest rates by at the FOMC news release. But if you have watched that video on the market sell trap, which I uploaded, I believe is the second to the recent video I uploaded on my channel. I'll put the link somewhere around this video. You would have a better understanding on why I'm actually expecting bearish dollar. So with that out of the way, let me just go straight into the breakdown. But if you have actually been following my community post here on YouTube, you will actually understand that I've actually anticipated this home run to the downside. And it is not difficult to actually locate it, because this is actually the post right here on YouTube. I actually posted FOMC interest rate saga watch out, winter is coming. I posted this on that was one day ago. This was on Thursday. I posted this long before it happened. So this was that particular line you can see on the chart. You can see the line on the chart right here. So I was anticipating that area. So this is my mobile phone, a screenshot from my mobile phone. I was anticipating price to turn around that particular area right there. And this is the before and this is the after. Okay, sorry, this is actually the after right here. So this is the before and this is the after. So price actually drive into that area, and you can see how price turned right here, and that is what I'm going to be giving a breakdown. So going forward, you can actually following my trade ideas on my community post on YouTube. For those of you that want to see what I'm looking at, what I'm actually anticipating in the marketplace, going forward, by the grace of God, I'm going to be dropping trading ideas, trading setups, my anticipations on my community post on YouTube. So you can do well to pay attention and follow me on community post, and I'm sure you find a whole lot of value in doing that. So with that out of the way, you can see that I actually predicted before it happens. So this, beyond the benefit of hindsight, you're going to be seeing that based on my community post, you have seen that that was not hindsight. You understand? This is whole. I've actually been anticipating this whole things to happen. So, but I'm going to use the benefit of hindsight now to actually explain what has actually happened in the marketplace. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, long before this interest rate happened right here, I was actually selling the dollar, but not the dollar in particular. I actually used the dollar for intermarket correlation analysis. So, but I trade the pounds and the euro. So I was actually selling the euro at this particular point right here. But I got out before the news release, and I keep saying, don't trade into a news release. You want to trade, you want to cut out your trades, no matter whether in profit or in loss. You want to cut out that trade before a news release. You understand? Especially if you are day trading or trading on a short term. Except if you are trading a swing trade or a position trade, then you can afford to hold for um, a longer than usual. That's into the news release, and that means you won't be trading. You won't be taking your trade based on a day trade perspective. You understand? But if you are day trading or you are trading based on short term approach, you want to get out before any news release. You understand? So I believe that is something that could help you going forward in your trading plan. So long before this whole interest rates business, I was having a sell on the pounds right here. So I got out on that particular trade around this area. So I'm not yet, I won't analyze that trade right now because I'm going to be giving the trade idea later on. So I saw this whole spike to the downside. So what was market actually reaching for with this spike to the downside? You can see that clearly on what on the daily chart. And say price was reaching for equal lows. These all these lows right here down to these equal lows, the bodies of this candle. You can see how price wicked through it and expanded to the upside. So you can clearly see that um, price was actually reaching for an area of liquidity in terms of double bottom. You understand? So that was whole this whole whiplash to the downside. So a lot of people were trapped on this area right here. A lot of people was induced into the market. A lot of people were knocked out of the market also. Especially those that were buying at this particular area. So they were knocked out also. And you can see the way price expanded to the upside. So expanding to the upside, price got to this particular area in price and actually gave us a reversal to the downside. And from this particular point, I'm actually expecting bearish dollar. You understand? So at this particular point right here, which was moving into Friday's trading, at this particular point, I was already selling. Sorry, I was already buying foreign pairs. You understand? Because I was anticipating bearish dollar at this particular area right here. I was already buying foreign pairs, so I was buying the pounds around this area, and I was actually buying the euro around this area. But I got knocked out on the pounds because the pounds went lower because I was buying around this area right here. So pounds went lower. From the zoom that in so you get the perspective of what I'm talking about. So I was buying on this particular green candle right here, but price expanded, knocking me out. But my euro trade still held on. Um, I was actually buying on this candle, but I had my stops here, so my euro trade still held on to the into Friday's trading. So um, I actually entered double trades. I was buying here, price went up, taking out this high, so price retraced right here, and actually I took out my double trades on this particular candle before the news release, the NFP news release. So that was how I anticipated that whole move around this particular area using the dollar index. You understand? But after why price tapped into this area and rejected, I want to show you why. You can see that clearly on the 4 hours. You can see that there is a fair value gap right here, this high and this low, this little gap right here in price. Price wanted to fill that in. So that was this whole expansion to the upside. Price expanded to the upside, knocking and filling in that particular area of liquidity. And you can see the expansion to the downside, giving us a break of structure. And you can see with this whole candlestick formation here on this particular candle, you can actually anticipate entering a sell on this particular candle. So it's a very clear-cut idea that price is going to start going bearish on this particular candle if you're a swing trader. So you can take that into account. But I was actually not anticipating a swing trade. I was actually day trading and using a short-term approach to the marketplace. So when I saw this break of structure right here, and this retests in price back to this mitigation block, this was the way I used for my second entry on the euro right here. This was what I used for the second entry on the euro right there. So I actually ignored the pounds entirely because of that first knockout I had. I focused my energy on the euro rather because I saw that the euro was actually giving me the price delivery that I want, but the pounds was actually hanging. So I didn't want to stress myself on the pounds. I was actually focusing on the euro. That's why you want to be looking at two pairs when trading with a day trading approach or short term, so that if one is not giving you what you want to focus your energy on the next one. You get? So that was what I was actually doing right. So that's how I got into the trade. So before the NFP news release, that's why I told you I got out on this particular candle right here. So now into the NFP session. How did I trade the NFP session, and how was I a part of the whole move on the NFP session? Not the whole move though, but a portion of the move on the NFP session. So during the NFP session, I saw price come into this time zone right here. This is New York time. Based on the chart time, I had to use a vertical line to delineate that. So you can see how price come into this area and expanded to the upside. So when I saw this rejection right here, I dropped down to the 15 minutes and I wanted to see a break of structure. So if price broke below this swing low right here, I'm going to use that as a reason to go short. You understand? So at the same time, I was also watching prices on the pounds. I was watching prices on the pounds right here. I was watching prices on the pounds. Price expanding to the upside. Okay, let me on the 5 minute rather. So let me expand that out so you could see what I was looking at. So I was seeing price take out this swing high right here. So this is also a break of structure on the pounds and on the euro, which was quite my favorite for this week. I saw a break of structure also up to this high on this particular impulsive leg to the upside. So I normally don't do this, but I had to do it. So I went down to the 1 minute. So to look out for entry, you understand, a return in price, and I got what I want. So this was the return in price I saw. So I entered on this particular candle. So I bought all the way up to this particular area. So I didn't hold up for the large portion of the whole move to the upside. I only entered here and I exited somewhere around here. And the same thing I did for the pounds also. I dropped down to the 1 minute for better optimum entry. So around this particular candle right here, I bought and I exited around this particular area right here. So these two trade on the NFP actually took my account up by 4%. So that shows you don't have to be in the market all the time. You understand? You don't have to catch the whole portion of the move. You understand? To be profitable in the forex financial market, all you just need is your setup within your trading plan. You know what I'm saying? Once you find out your particular setup within your trading plan and you stick to it and you trade it, you know what I'm saying, consistently, you are going to be profitable. So this whole move to the upside, break of structure, price return into what fair value gap, bought at that fair value gap right there, all the way to this area, profitable. The same thing I did for the euro. Price dropped into this fair value gap on this order block, but price expanded to the upside, took out my trade right there. And you can see that particular trade on the community post here on YouTube. So this one is sharp. The screen won't allow me show the details, but these are actually the trades right here. You can go check it out for yourself. I believe this is the euro, this is the pounds, and this is the before. You understand? So you could check it out on my community post on YouTube using your mobile phone. I believe it will be very optimum to see the whole idea clearly on using your mobile phone. So back to us analyzing using the dollar. So we got a break of structure right here, and price retrace back using the 1 minute. You can see the same idea I explained from the pounds and euro. You can see there's a fair value gap right there, price retrace into a fair value gap, and that's the whole move to the downside. You can see, so this whole sell off lasted throughout the New York session um into London close. You understand? So this whole move to the downside lasted in New York session all the way into London close. So this whole move was the move you can see on the NFP session. But mind you, I've told you all this season was anticipated by us because of we're already anticipating a market sell trap. You understand? So they had to trap buyers in order to trap sellers, and that may sound very confusing or funny, but that's actually the truth. You understand? They had to trap they had to trap buyers to this upside. That's by taking price to the upside so that they can trap buyer before they could trap sellers. And I told you this is the area I'm actually anticipating price to get to, this particular area in price before we start seeing a rejection to the upside. You understand? So you can watch that market sell trap video to better understand what I'm talking about. So what are the trade ideas I'm actually looking out for the moving into the new week? And so I'm going to pull out my markup, my euro trade setup. So I'm going to go out to the 1 hour. So this is actually my trade setup, very clean and neat. I'm not looking for too much. So I just start my analysis from the daily charts. You understand? I start from my analysis on daily chart from the higher time frame. So far so good. You can see how this way expansion to the upside. So you can now know the reason why I'm actually anticipating price to drop into these zones, into this level, 500 level, or this particular area right here. Why? Because this is an order block. You understand? And also this is also the mean threshold of these whole down candles. And if you understand the way I identify the order block, actually once I see a candle to this upside to this particular magnitude and range, I take the whole bodies of these candles to the downside for this down close candle, and I get a 50% level. So that's why you have this 98 500 level. So this is the mean threshold of these whole candles. So I'm expecting price to drop into that area and give me a buy moving forward into next week, or drop into much more deeper discounts, which is this particular shaded area right here, and give me a push to the upside. So it's going to look somewhat like this on the 4 hours, price dropping into this fair value gap right here on this particular line, or tapping into this order block right here on the 4 hours. One of those two areas, but I want to see how price reacts around this region. That'll give me my trade idea to buy. I'm expecting bullish prices going forward on the foreign pairs, foreign dollar pairs, and the same thing is also set for the pounds. If I pull out my um price projection, let me get that clearly. Okay, this is right. The same thing, it can be said for the pounds. Okay, let me get that also. So you can see this one actually didn't really give us an order block right here, but it could actually pass. If you look at the 4 hours, you can see an order block right here. This was expansion to the upside, so I'm anticipating price to drop into the order block right here, or into this 500 level right here. So one of these areas will be what I'm anticipating in price, and you can see there is actually a fair value gap right there. So that area is very sensitive for me. So I'll post it on my community post in case of you want to better see it as best based on screenshots. So I'll post it there. But this is actually the way I'm anticipating it going forward into next week. So if I use the 1 hour, you can see the order block really stands out here. So I want to see price drop into this area and expand to the upside. So there are a lot of blends I actually did to be able to arrive at all this whole thing, but this is all I can share for now. So I hope you found value in today's video, and if you do, you can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video.